Okay, so we all know fighters are not known for their IQs, and there's a lot of fighters in especially UFC or MMA that actually have really good IQs and make really good decisions in fights always. But today we're going to talk about some of the worst IQ moments mid fights, just the dumbest decisions ever, whether they start shooting a takedown when they have them hurt on the feet, or they put their head into a stupid submission. They literally give the opponent a win. Something like that, a decision that cost them the fight. So we'll start with the one that gave me this idea for this video. Steven Erceg, or Steve Erceg. I call him Steven. I don't fucking know why. But his title opportunity where he threw it all away in the fourth, or maybe it was the fifth round. It was the fourth, because for some reason he started to try an offensive grapple when the whole fight he literally won 2 out of the first 3 rounds. He was winning on the feet. He was out damaging Pantoja. Control time with no submission attempts or ground and pound does not win you fights. Steve Erceg was like 2-2 going into the fifth, and he decided to shoot a takedown, got out scrambled and reversed, and in control for the whole round because Pantoja is one of the best scramblers, probably the best scrambler in the UFC. You're not going to out-grapple him. You have to knock him out or just outstrike him and defensively grapple, which he was doing for majority of the fight, and then he stopped. And I know it's probably not the popular opinion that Erceg was winning that many rounds, but whatever you think, you have to admit he was out-damaging Pantoja on the feet for most of the rounds. But he took that opportunity away from himself when he decided to offensively grapple in the fourth and fifth, when he didn't do that in any of the first 3 rounds. So, this was a pretty dumb move, and now he just got knocked the fuck out. So his road to the title is going to be hard. He's going to need at least 2 or 3 wins in a row. So he's fucked, low-key. I mean, it's rough out here. I thought he was honestly going to beat the fuck out of Kai, but that did not happen. And you got to give it to Kai. He's got crazy power, so he's good for the division. Next, I want to talk about a classic one. Everybody knows this one. From a bum. He's a bum now, at least these days. Kevin Gastelum and his dumbass decision to shoot a takedown on Izzy when he had him rocked on the feet and could have knocked him out. Wasn't that for the interim? I think it was. So, it was a failed title opportunity again. Not all these are title opportunities. I don't think they are. They might be. But, it seems like people make dumb decisions in title shots, I guess. Because why the fuck are you shooting on Izzy? You're hurting him on the feet. As the shorter, stockier fighter, you're fucking outstriking the way longer, way rangier fighter. So he just exposed it. If he had knocked out Izzy, that would have been such an exposing moment for him. But he shot a takedown and failed it. He not only failed the takedown, he shot it in the first place. So fucking dumb. Completely ruined his chance because he wasn't getting that decision. Izzy was their next golden boy, so they definitely did not want Izzy to lose that. And you could have knocked him out and stopped his stardom, which, I mean, I like Izzy. I don't, but I like his stardom. I like his career. He had some fun fights, but a lot of not fun fights. And I don't even know Kevin Gastelum's next fight after this, if he lost again, if he got good momentum by winning. I don't know, but this was the peak of his career. I mean, it just was. Almost finishing Izzy, rocking him, and that must suck. He's not even that bad. Didn't he just, he beat the fuck out of D-Rod, kind of. I mean, after missing weight like a dickhead, so it didn't really count. Next, we're going to talk about this dumbass Michael Chandler, who's still, the Oliveira fight has not happened yet. It might get canceled. Someone might get injured, miss weight. We don't know. So, as far as I say, he's fucking still inactive. So, Mr. Inactive here, when he lost to Dustin Poirier, this dumbass should not have got submitted. Who the fuck gets submitted by Dustin Poirier these days? Nobody. Except you, because you're bad. Fucking, I don't even know which was worse. The slam that tightened up the choke that he tried to do, or the fucking, he was sitting down and he just fell back and Dustin just got the choke instantly. Dustin's not that good of a submission artist. How do you get subbed by him? Oh my god. That's just his Bellator roots showing, honestly. And wasn't this his last fight that he had? His last loss on a 1-3 in his last 4 kind of record. in the UFC. I don't know what the fuck he's going to do if he loses to Oliveira. Sits out for 2 years, comes back to Oliveira, loses the same way, like gets knocked out or subbed, because that better happen. If Oliveira fucking gets knocked out, I might be done, guys, with the lightweight division. It's just not fun anymore. I mean, Islam's fun, but I'm bored with all the contenders. Gaethje is fun, but he's kind of done. He has no momentum now, and I feel like he's just going to lose to a really good chin guy like Dan Hooker. I mean, Dan Hooker's been finished, but I feel like Dan Hooker could beat Justin Gaethje. Gaethje's just kind of, he's always been the Bart Simpson, bro. I mean, everyone says that, but it's so true. He just gets hit too much, and Dan's used to getting hit and coming back and winning fights after losing a lot. So don't be surprised if that match happens and Gaethje loses. And yeah, lightweight's just so boring. The same fighters fight. The same guys coming up the rankings fight. Dustin or Gaethje or Armin. Like, not even really Armin, but yeah, kind of, because he fought Dariush. Like, they all just have to go through the same people. It's so stupid. Next, I want to talk about Yuri Prochazka. And honestly, I'm just going to say, it's both of his performances in the Alex fights. Both of them. But just every fight, he's terrible with his defense. Why does he do this? I get it. A lot of fights, it's what makes him unpredictable and lure people in to hurt them. Yeah, I get it. But why the fuck couldn't you just drop that shit and make a game plan for Alex? He could have beat Alex. If he mixed in the grappling, he has good grappling. Maybe not the best takedowns, but he's strong. He's like super athletic. I don't get it, Yuri. You could have beat Alex, especially in the first fight. He had success. I think he won the first round, because didn't it go the second, or maybe it ended in the first. Doesn't matter. Yuri, if you'd put your hands up and just defended the left hook that turns everybody's brain off somehow, it's literally just an off button. It's so unfair. But Yuri could have fucking beat Pereira. I know he could have. If you can come back in a fight that you're losing against Glover like that, you can do anything, all right? Especially if he's losing to Rakic like that and coming back too. You can do anything, Yuri, and you could have beat Alex. I know the second one was short notice, and that definitely doesn't help. But, yeah, this was just so dumb from Yuri. And now he's fucked. He needs to leave the division, honestly, and go down to 185, because he's never going to get a title shot. Pierre's probably going to dominate at least for another year. Maybe he'll lose to someone like Rakic or Ankalaev, maybe. We'll see. Maybe he's losing to Roundtree tomorrow. I don't fucking know. But I don't think he will. I think he's going to dominate 205. He's just too good. His power, it's just too good. You can't afford to strike with this guy, and everyone wants to strike with him. But I understand why Khalil wants to strike with him. His grappling's terrible. He's never shot a takedown before. He probably doesn't even really know grappling. He said he just learned, he just didn't learn elbow defense while training striking. So this guy just probably doesn't know anything to do with grappling. I don't know why people are saying he should grapple. Alex is probably a better grappler. I stand by that. I would love to see Alex sub him. That would be cool, because obviously it's not getting boring, but it's kind of getting boring, bro. He just knocks out everyone with the left hook at this point. It's so predictable. Like, we got to see something else. Let's see an armbar sub or a guillotine. He has decent guillotine. He only uses it as a defensive tool usually. But Pierre, get a sub. You got your black belt last time for getting a knockout. Maybe you could have saved it for when you actually got a sub. Maybe that would have made sense. All right, moving on. Dude, this video sucks. I have no idea what to do anymore, guys. I'm out of video ideas right now. But, this highlights some pretty dumb moments. I think it's okay. But Valentina Shevchenko. Fucking dumbass. This fucking monstrosity of a trilogy would never have happened if her dumbass did not spin. Why did she spinning back fist against Shevchenko or Grasso, who's a crazy submission artist, and most of her wins are like that. This shitty trilogy did not have to happen. See, you came back and dominated her in the fucking third one. Like, it made no sense. And the second one, yeah, it was a robbery too. It should have been a draw, or Valentina should have won, because it shouldn't have been a 10-8 round. Everyone knows that, though. I don't need to say that. Everyone knows the trilogy is retarded. It shouldn't have happened, and yeah, thank you for actually just winning your belt back. Thank God. I honestly picked Grasso in that third one, because I I just thought God did not want to see her beat Grasso after how the first two went. It was just fluke after fluke. So I thought there'd be a third fluke. There wasn't. Shevchenko proved she's the better fighter. But still, such a dumb decision. Why are you spinning back fisting? And what? Was it the end of the fourth round with like a minute left, I think? Maybe it's even the fifth. You're making such a risky play like that with no reward. You're not going to you're getting outstruck for most of the fight. Like, maybe not most of the fight, but you weren't going to knock her out. You should have just kept using your grappling and went for ground and pound and subs like you usually used to in a lot of your other fights coming up or defending as champion. Shevchenko's good, but she's not the best women's fighter at all. She's not even top 3, I don't think. Okay, maybe she's third. It's probably Amanda Nunes, Zhang Weili, and then her. Maybe Rose next. I don't know, man. Maybe Holly Holmes. When are we seeing Holly Holmes again? Or did she retire after 300? That would suck. That fight was so fun. Next, we're going to talk about Kevin Holland and his dumbass ego wanting to put on a show for the fans instead of trying to get to the title to make more money and change your family's life. Instead of doing that, he decides to have a deal. Didn't he shoot a takedown anyway, though, in the fight and then, let him up? Just by accident, instinct, I guess. He shot a takedown anyway, so it was bullshit, I think. He decides to not shoot a takedown for the whole fight and just strike with Wonder Boy, the best striker in the division, probably top 2, top 3 striker in the UFC, still at 42. It's insane. He's so fast and so dangerous still. I hope he beats Thompson, or I hope he beats Buckley. He is Thompson. All he had to do was implement a takedown per round, and he would have won that fight. It's just, come on, Holland. Just be an MMA fighter. If you don't want to fucking play with takedowns and grappling in the mix, then go to BFC or BKFC. I don't know, man. He's probably going to get cut if he loses. Okay, no. He's not going to get cut if he loses to Dolidze. But that could be the beginning of his big loss streak, I feel like. Because if you're starting to lose to competition like Dolidze, going up to another division, trying to change something, you don't want to cut weight because you're getting lazy and undisciplined. It's just not a good look. Holland's career is on a downward spiral because of his attitude, and I hope he changes it because I think he's really talented on the feet. He has really good impressive. He has such an insane resume. His resume is so stacked. A lot of those are losses, but a lot of those are wins too. And yeah, Wonder Boy just styled on this guy. Okay, this wasn't a title fight. Wasn't that important of a fight, but it was like a main event, wasn't it? Yeah, he should have fucking just dropped the ego, shot the takedowns, and won the fight. But Holland doesn't like winning, I guess. Yeah, that's the end of the video, guys. Honestly, I was out of video ideas for today. But I think there's a few decent cases in here that made it worth making. I don't know. I'll see you guys in the next one.